I think we've all been in a situation where we feel like we don't belong, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's something especially tough for kids, though, as they grow, learn, and navigate through social situations. A new graphic novel called Weirdo is for any kid who's ever felt awkward, left out, or like they don't belong. So any kid, really,
That's
right?
right.
Joining us to continue this conversation is the author of Weirdo, Tony Weaver Jr. Tony, thank you so much for joining us.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
All right, let's start with what is Weirdo about? Where did the inspiration for this graphic novel come from? Share that with us.
I call Weirdo the nerdy kid's instruction manual for self-love and self-confidence. It is a graphic novel memoir that chronicles my personal story, overcoming depression, anxiety, and suicide as a young person, really trying to find love for himself. I call it like a highlight reel of my mental health journey that follows me starting off out of school where I'm dealing with a lot of academic pressure and have kind of been marked as the weird kid, but gradually learning to see that as a thing to be positive about, a thing to have pride in, and finding community as a result.
I love that, and I love that message too. You know, to be called a weirdo, have that label placed on us, you know, it can be really hurtful, hurt your feelings, that sort of thing. But you turn that label into something meaningful for kids who also feel different. So where did that idea come from, and how can that self-labeling help other teens?
Well, I think that we put kids under a lot of stress to belong. Specifically, we say, hey, we want you to belong. And the first thought that comes to their head is, well, I want to be cool. I want to be popular. Belonging is receiving approval from everybody else. But Weirdo is intended to kind of shift that conversation. The way that you belong is a personal decision that you make. As long as you love yourself, as long as you're happy with the way that you're behaving, the people that you're meant to be in community with will come along. I was inspired because I wanted to shift that narrative around what it meant to be weird. We tell kids to love themselves, but we rarely give them actionable steps on how to do that. And Weirdo's intended to help.
I like that. Do you think a book like Weirdo would have been helpful for you when growing up?
Oh, 100%. As I reflect on my past experiences, I think that there weren't a lot of conversations about mental health that were happening, but also I just didn't know that it was okay to be different. So for any young person that picks up Weirdo, the thing that I want them to walk away from it with is that as long as you're pursuing your personal truth, as long as you're being yourself, there's no such thing as being too weird. We say that you're just weird enough over here.
I like that, Tony.
Yeah.
So as we were showing you just some of those images there, you chose a graphic novel style of storytelling. I'm curious why, and how did you choose the artists that were used in this novel here?
Well, as a comic book fan, as a manga fan, I think sequential art is really engaging. But I also think when you're telling a story about mental health, very rarely do we get to see it through the lens of Black youth, even though Black youth are very much impacted by the current mental health crisis. So with a graphic novel, kids get to see a Black character kind of navigating these issues. And there are going to be kids that are going to empathize with the character because they're struggling with the same things. And there are also going to be Black kids that see the book and go, oh, I didn't know I was allowed to have this conversation. Mental health is a taboo topic in some communities. So it kind of opens things up in that way. I had the privilege to work with two extremely talented twin illustrators, Jessica and Jacinta, that put love and attention to detail for all these cultural experiences and also all of these anime and video game references in every page. And I think it truly shows up in the final product.
It really does. The illustrations are just amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, we do want to ask you, because we asked this on social media, what is a book that made a positive impact on you?
Oof, a book that made a positive
I know,
impact
this is a tough
me.
one. We're putting you on the spot.
There are many, as you can see. I think manga like Naruto and One Piece were really positive for me. Holes by Louis Sacker it was also huge for me. And now I get to be friends with Cleo Thomas, the actor who played Zero in the Holes movie. Wow. So it's crazy how life comes full circle in that way.
Yeah, exactly.
Those are books my son's reading right now.
I love that.
Yep. Very cool.
Great taste in literature, I must say. Great taste in literature. Add Weirdo to the shelf, and it'll be like super great taste.
Right.
Yes,
I'll have to do that.
It'll elevate it to the next level.
I'll have to do that.
Tony, thank you so much. Congratulations on the book too. And I just have to say, I love the glasses and the shirt. Very on point and very stylish, my friend.
Thank you. Thank you. I try. I try.
Appreciate it.